Hello, everyone. It's William here, and we have an exciting night for you all. I hope you're ready. Um, I don't know if I am. William here from Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us tonight. Andrew probably will not be joining us tonight. He worked very hard, awake all night, continuing to work on his paintings. The past few nights through multiple headaches and migraines that he was suffering from. But if you did not see, he dropped his paintings today. So it's a little bit later than we thought it was going to be. But if you didn't see them, check out Andrew's timeline on Facebook, Andrew Thornton. I believe he shared it to his Andrew Thornton artist as well. I also shared it on the Allegory Gallery timeline so that it'd be easier for y'all to see. They're super cute. We're going to take a look at them a little bit today too. I'm going to give you a look on camera of all the new paintings. They are $75 plus shipping, and yeah, there are I think 22 or 23 of them at least. Can't remember now, but we'll take a look at them today. Hello, Susie. Thanks for joining us. So today is everything's $2 a strand, and this is a very special 24 hours only. I didn't even get Andrew's approval on this. Normally we like to talk about these things, but he's resting right now, so I figured I got to do something, so let's do this. We got some strands of Czech glass, and there is nothing wrong with these. These are not like problems. They are not missing a bead here or there on a strand. These are good, nice strands of Czech glass. Some of these we do already have in the store or in the online store for more. So these are things we normally sell. These are not like one-offs or, this didn't come out right. These are perfectly good sellable strands. Most of it is Czech glass. I have one lot of shell that I'm going to do as well. But yeah, this is a good deal, everybody. We're only running this for 24 hours. I wanted to start the week off good. We had a pretty nice weekend. We had some lovely people coming into the store, and I just wanted to carry that good energy through to today and get the week started off well. So everything tonight is only going to be $2 a lot, and there is nothing wrong with any of it. It's all good stuff. It's all stuff that is definitely going to be higher than $2 when we put it in the store. This is pretty much like offering you all wholesale is what this is. So at least lower than wholesale in some cases, you'll see. But this is what you're going to get tonight. These prices are good for 24 hours only. We are not extending these prices for like a normal week like we normally do. So this is something that if you're watching tonight, thank you. You get these prices. If you watch the replay, if you're watching the replay right now, thank you for watching. You have to watch this replay within the first 24 hours of this video before we go live tomorrow, pretty much. We'll have a little bit of squeak room in there, but pretty much before we start the live tomorrow, at least start the live selling show tomorrow. Hello, Norma. Hello, Michelle. Thank you all for joining us. If you're out there, please say hi. Please also hit share, hit the thumbs up, hit the like. I just got our weekly report from YouTube, and our thumbs ups were a little bit down. I told you they actually count that stuff, and they tell us, they send us a report that tells us how many people liked our things. So the thumbs ups were down a little bit last week. So if we can get those thumbs ups going today, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And if you're out there, please feel free to say hello. I'd love to hear from you. We're going to just chat a little bit like we normally do until some people filter in. I didn't get this out as early as I wanted to. Andrew and I had to do a little bit of a road trip today. We had some things to pick up, and we got back a little bit late. And to be honest, 100% honest, we had a little bit of lunch. For some people, that would be considered dinner, but we had lunch around 4:30 or 5, and I dozed off a little bit on the couch. So I didn't get the banner up early, so we're going to give people a little bit of time to filter in and see these amazing deals tonight. Norma says, I always hit the thumbs up first thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. For some reason, it's not showing me that anybody has hit the thumbs up on my little display. StreamYard, which is what we use to stream everything, has been a little bit weird lately. They've been doing some changes. And so we haven't, I think things are shifting a little bit. We're not seeing everything. Mary Jane is here. Hello, Mary Jane. Thank you so much. Michelle liked and shared already. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mary Jane says, same, Norma. Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah, so I hope you all like tonight's stuff. Like I said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with any of this Czech glass tonight. Most of it's Czech glass. Like I said, there's one strand of like abalone shell, but or one lot of it. But most of it is Czech glass, and I hope you really like it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with these. Some of these strands, if you look in our online store, you will find them for more already. This is not something that, like I said, we're not taking the seconds or the, there's something wrong with this strand, or no. This is just, we got these in. We got an amazing price on these. I mean, we got a good price on these, and that's why we can do this for you. We're not making a lot on these, but like I said, we're going to start by starting the week off right. We're going to start the week off really well. $2 a strand, $2 a lot tonight. Hey, Betty's out there. Thank you, Betty. Thank you for joining us. Susie says, I usually pop on over to YouTube and give a thumbs up too. Thank you, because I know you usually watch on Facebook. We appreciate that. Norma says, it shows I hit it, but it also shows 0, which is strange. That might be something. Wonder why. I don't know. Maybe something's up in the system. Maybe that's why. But please do hit that thumbs up, hit that love, hit that heart on Facebook, hit that thumbs up on Facebook. Thumbs up, heart, whichever one. Just don't hit the angry face. Don't do that. And hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Forget that thumbs down. You don't need to ever worry about that, right? Anna is here. Hello, Anna. Thanks for joining us. Michelle says it shows 1 here. See? Mary Jane says 2 thumbs up. See, and I know at least 3 or 4 people have hit that thumbs up already. It might be lagging today. I think it sometimes does that. Oh, wow. It is the way it is. Hopefully it counts. Just don't hit it twice, right? Hit it an odd number of times. Hit it once, it'll be there at some point. Hit it twice, it's going to go away, right? So make sure you hit it at least an odd number of times. So yeah, we did a little bit of a road trip, a few towns over, and by a few towns, I mean like an hour and a half each way. So that is, we had some things to pick up and some exciting things. We've been getting some packages of stuff, of things that Andrew has been creating. I think you're going to like some of the stuff he has coming up. I think it's going to be cool. I'm going to like helping him make it. So I can't wait to see what comes of all this. And it says now 6 on YouTube for her. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I see 2 on Facebook. So, and we don't have as many people watching Facebook as YouTube these days. YouTube's a little easier to watch because it lets you go back in time, rewind, and come back sometimes. Susie says it shows 12 watching and 6 thumbs ups. Good, thank you. Our numbers are starting to go up, so it must be getting out there that we're here. We were at like 6 people for quite a while. Now we're up to 15, so that's good. I like that. Keep it coming, everybody. We've got some good deals for y'all tonight. I have about 26 lots for y'all tonight. I couldn't do a full 30 because we didn't get a full 30 things in that I could do this kind of pricing on. So I've got 26 lots, I think, for you tonight. And they're only $2 a strand. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. I think. I hope. I do. I would do it. I would buy one of each. Why not? It's such a good deal. And it's not going to break the bank, right? At one of each at $2. Yeah, it's a good deal. Hello, Susan. Thanks for joining us. Glad you can be here today. So like I said, Andrew is resting. He has finally gone to sleep after pretty much days of not sleeping. He's rested, but he had a migraine for some of these days and headaches with the weather patterns that are going on. His sinuses have been killing him. So he is not hardly rested or slept. I mean, he's not really slept. He's tried to rest. So I doubt he'll be joining us tonight, but that's okay. We'll let him do his resting. And anyway, like I said, didn't get authorization for these prices. So hopefully I don't have any repercussions from that, but we'll deal with that if that's the case later. Yeah. Anyway, hey, it's a good day. Monday's going to be good. Just buy the beads. He'll love it, right? So that's what's going on. Andrew finished his paintings this weekend, and they are now available on his timeline at Andrew Thornton on Facebook. I know we've shared them to the Facebook page for Allegory Gallery as well, so you can see them there. If you'd like to claim any, all you do is claim them in the comments of his photos. So if we shared them from Allegory Gallery, if you found them there, as long as you click on those photos, I shared the post instead of reposting. So it should take you to his timeline, and you'll be able to, any photo you comment on there, you can claim. We'll invoice you from Allegory Gallery and ship them out to you. They are to be used, the money he wants to use, to help him fund his travels to the craft schools that he's going to here very soon again. He'll be on the road quite a bit, and he will need things for food and gas and in some cases lodging, and lots of different things. So all of the money made for his paintings will help go toward that. So do check them out. They're $75 each, which I think is a steal. I wanted to price these at about $128 a piece. But he wanted to keep them lower, at least for the starting price for you all, because these are really, they're actually very detailed and they take a lot of time. Each one took a lot of time. So yeah, I was trying to get him to price them higher, but he said he wanted to give you all at least an introductory pricing of $75 to start. So that's what we did. I don't fight whenever it's his artwork like that. So he gets to price it whatever he ultimately wants to. But I would have priced these higher. So they are really good. They are beautiful in person. I know looking at the photos, they do not look as good in the photos. I took the photos. They do not look as good in photos as they do in person. I will say that. I know we always say that, and people who receive the artwork, if you ever watch in the Design Challenges group, a lot of people will post the artwork. They'll post it there and talk about how it doesn't look as good in photos as it does in person. This time it's 100% true, like no joke. So if you like them in the photos, you will be ecstatic with them once you get them. Some of them have sold already, of course, but there are still many left. As I said, I'm going to review them with you here once we flip the camera around, and we'll check them all out and take a look at them all. Up! I do hear someone.
Who is it?
It's Andrew. Uh-oh. I hope I'm not in trouble.
What happened?
Because I'm doing all these strands for $2 each tonight.
Oh my word. I'm gonna go back to bed.
That's what I said. I said I didn't get confirmation from Andrew, but he was resting and I wanted to let him rest. I didn't know he was going to get up, y'all. So it's a $2 a strand night.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
He's like, you got this. I'm leaving. You don't want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. So Anna says, go back to sleep, Andrew. You need your rest. Kimberly says, totally late, but hi, everybody. We'll see how much trouble I get in later. Yeah, so he's going back to bed. Maybe if he can sleep now that he knows what I'm doing. Um, that's awkward. Okay. Anyway, it'll be fine. Have you seen that person that talks about on Instagram, and he talks about like different stretches you do, and if you don't hurt, you're fine. And if you do hurt, then it's uh-oh. Have you seen that? It's been coming up in my Instagram a lot lately. Um, and that's what it reminds me of. It's fine. Yeah. Nora says, don't worry about it, Andrew, right? Right. Vicky says he felt a disturbance in the force and had to check out what you were up to. I know. Okay. Anyway, that's life. Um, and hello, Vicky, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to see you here. So yeah, we're doing everything at $2 a strand tonight. That's what's going to be. He didn't tell me no, right? And I already started anyway. So that's what it's going to be. So yeah, we had wonderful people in at the shop today or this weekend. We had a fairly good sales weekend compared to what we have been doing. It wasn't extravagant, and it wasn't like, you know, what it was in Ligonier before things slowed down. But for the Johnstown location, it was a good weekend. So everybody who stopped in, thank you so much for stopping in. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you back again soon if you're watching, or hopefully you're watching tonight maybe. I always try and tell everyone we go live all the time. Watch us live, because that's where you're going to get the best deals. And then you can pick up in store. So if you are local and in the Johnstown area, you can buy from these lives and pick up in store. Just let me know that you're from Johnstown and you want to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to put shipping on your invoices and I'm going to ship stuff to you. So, and I need to know to bring it. So, because of course I don't haul all of this up all the time for everybody. So yeah, it was a great weekend. It was a little bit rainy, a little bit cold. Saturday was pretty good. Saturday was a nice day. It was actually even a little bit humid on Saturday. It was weird. A little bit warm, a little bit humid, which we haven't really seen yet. And then Sunday, it got cold again, and there was no one in the store on Sunday. My mom came up on Friday, I think. I think she was here. Yeah, this Friday. I was like, was that this week or last week? My mom came up on Friday and came up to chat with me for a little bit and dropped some stuff off to me. So that was really nice. I had a really nice chat with her on Friday, and that set the weekend off right. And then Saturday and Sunday were nice. I got a lot of stuff done in store on Sunday, but did not have a lot of people. But Friday and Saturday were good, and we appreciate all the people coming in. Oop, I have this thing. Let's see here. I have someone new, Diana Fleetwood. Thank you for joining us. Says, hey everyone, I'm new. Welcome, Diana. We appreciate you being here and chit-chatting. Do you like beads, Diana? Are you a jewelry maker or a crafter of some sort? Let us know. You will make lots of good friends here if you hang out with us. We do these lives every weekday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Generally, we're always here. We chit chat at the beginning so we can get to know one another. We can make friends. If new people like you come in, they get to get introduced to everybody. You will get warm welcomes. And we have a group on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, it is Allegory Gallery Design Challenges. And if you'd like to join that group, you will meet some of the most amazing makers and friendly people and helpful people. Our group does not have problems. We don't let our group have problems, right? We don't have to really manage much. It's just a great group of people, and there's no fighting. There's no that kind of, animosity. There's just friendship and good times. So if you are on Facebook, feel free to join us. Diana says, I make jewelry. Good. Awesome. Where are you located? We're in Pennsylvania. Our store is located in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And our studio is in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Our store was in Ligonier also for about 13 years, and we just moved to Johnstown, to a bigger city. And we're getting our footing there in Johnstown, which is, if you heard me talk about how the store's starting to pick up, that's why. Plus it's winter. But we just moved our store and people are just starting to find us again. So that's us. That's us. Welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us. Florida, close to Gainesville. Andrew's originally from Florida, from Orlando area. That's where he grew up. And we have a lot of people in the Florida area, or who were in Florida and have recently moved too. So you'll hopefully find friends. And some people in the group here have also found local friends that they now hang out with, which is really nice. I love to see that. When people find one another, and not only are they able to hang out virtually, but they can hang out in person too, which is really cool. I think I like it. So let's all welcome Diana. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is how things go. We do this chit chat. Sometimes it is, some people don't like the chit chat. I like it. It's the one time of the day I actually get to talk to people and talk with people, because y'all get to answer back in the comments and I get to actually talk with people. We spend a lot of time just ourselves in the studio or packing and shipping, and we don't get out a lot. Our store's open Friday through Sunday only, so on the weekends. And like I said, it's been slow, so I don't even see a lot of people then. So we get to hang out, we get to chat with you, we get to know everybody, get to catch up with what you're doing. We always, every night, is a question about what you had for dinner. Because we eat dinner very late. We are night people, Andrew and I, and we eat very late, like midnight, 1 a.m. is when we're usually having dinner. And so by the time we're getting this live, it's like tummy growling time, and we're like, what did you all have? Because most people have eaten by now. A lot of our people anyway, unless some of our people on the West Coast don't eat yet, but yeah, we always like to know what y'all had to eat so we can get ideas for what we might make if we have stuff to make. Kieran says, well, I have not made dinner yet, so totally behind on so much. Oh no. We had some ramen for lunch, dinner, what most people would call dinner. We had some ramen for lunch. I guess not. It was like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So that's not really dinner for everybody. Some people are eating dinner at that time, not us. We've got a number of people falling in on Instagram over here. I don't know if anybody still out there. Nobody's saying hi over there though. But Kim Marie Posar was over there. Our friend Amy Henson Realtor was over there. Betty Cox did say hi. Marinola Artist was over there. Fran was over there, and a few other people earlier, it says. Oliver McElfresh and Mary Mc202. So if you're out there, say hi. I have to look that way for Instagram. It's over on another screen. They don't put it here for me. Yeah, I think we're going to have some stir fry tonight. We've had stir fry. Well, I guess I shouldn't say we've had it a lot, but ever since Andrew got those ramen things from Momofuku, he got a good deal on those. That's not something we indulge in all the time. It's that's the good ramen. But he got a discount and a coupon, so we tried the Momofuku ramen, and it's been good, and we've been mixing it into some of our stir fry. And so I picked up some frozen stir fry vegetables. We go to our grocery store or even Walmart. We don't like to go there as much if we don't have to, but we're out in the country a lot, so there's not a lot available to us. So we pick up the frozen vegetables, and they make a few different mixes of stir fry mixes, which are really good. There's like a broccoli one, a sugar snap pea one, and some deluxe one. So we usually mix a few of those together, and we got lots of veggies. And then we add the ramen noodles now and some of the sauce, and Andrew doctors it up with all this other stuff that he does, because he's good at that. And yeah, so it's good, and I'm looking forward to it tonight, but I don't know if he's going to be making it anytime soon since he went back to sleep. Kim Marie Posar says hi. Hello. Thanks for joining us out there. We appreciate you being here with us. Suzanne has joined in. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, everyone. I'll probably not be here tomorrow, Wednesday. Race planning meetings. Still recovering from the protest on Saturday. I bet. But it'll be sad not seeing you here. But I hope the race planning goes well. That's fun. That's good things. Okay, let's see here. What's everybody? Diana had smoked turkey wings with kale, sautéed mushrooms, and garlic bread. You're another one who eats well, apparently. We've always got really good food on here. You all eat such good food, and that sounds delicious. We are vegetarians here, but we used to eat meat, and I know what everything tastes like, and that would be delicious. Kimberly says, I would throw a meatloaf together, but it wouldn't be done until 8, so better come up with something else. I know, right? It's 8 o'clock here now. But I know. Normally eating at 8 for us would be like, oh, we're eating so early. But I know for most of you, that's not the case. Norma says, Linner, like brunch, but late afternoon. I know, right? Linner. Sounds better than lupper, right? Lunch and supper, lupper, linner. Yeah, sounds a little bit better. Let's see. Oh, Michelle says, we had a very late breakfast. We will probably eat dinner late again. Been so busy with the apartment. The food is always late. I hope it's coming well over there. Coming along well with the apartment remodeling. Remember, says, I had a sauteed mushroom, onion, and red pepper and melted Gouda on an onion roll. Wait. Sauteed mushroom with onions, red pepper, melted Gouda on an onion roll with cottage cheese, grapes, and clementines. That sounds really good. I like that talk. Suzanne had red beans and rice. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Mary Jane had a turkey sandwich. That sounds good too. I used to really like open-faced turkey sandwiches and open-faced roast beef sandwiches. The turkey, you put the light gravy, and the roast beef, you put the dark gravy with some mashed potatoes usually. Good times. Anna says, I had Genoa salami, cheese curds, and crackers. And eating gummy bears. Bad me. Gummy bears sound good. That all sounds good. I used to be so into sausages, like the hard salamis and pepperonis, and I love that stuff. I love it. I miss it. I used to buy a whole bag. Like they'd sell the big bags, like those bags. They were like thin. I mean thin. They were like that by like, I don't know, bigger than I can fit on camera. They were bigger than my head. Let's say that. Bags of pepperoni, I guess, for making pizzas or whatever you want to do with them. And I would just sit and eat a whole bag of, well, usually like half a bag a night. It's terrible. Usually end up with stomach aches and everything, but I loved it. And I do miss that. Let's see here. Susan had a mixed green salad, faux chicken strips, and mozzarella tossed with red wine vinaigrette dressing. That sounds good. It's not quite warm enough here to feel like salad would be a good thing. You know, I feel like you have to get to a certain temperature outside for salad to sound good in my head. We're not there yet. I thought we were. I thought it was going to be nice and warm. And I uncovered a lot of plants out in the flower beds looking at the weather reports, thinking that it was supposed to be warmer than it has been lately. The weather reports apparently were wrong. So we'll see. Hopefully our flowers, they should be fine. They're tough. But yeah, salads, it feels too cold. Like it's chilly. I'm wearing 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 layers on. Because it's chilly. Even in the house, it's chilly. We have the little portable heater in the living room. We were hanging out in the living room a little bit, working on some stuff. And yeah, it's chilly. Vicky said, I just made a sandwich since tonight will be the first night in over a month that I could sit at my bead desk. Nice, Vicky. Congratulations for getting back to the bead desk. I like that talk. I want to see what you make. Can't wait to see. Hopefully you'll show us. Michelle says, yes, the remodeling is going well. We have another shelf for me. My son's new chair is also here. Hubby is getting the boxes today so we can figure out what goes in storage. Nice. Brooke is here. Hello, Brooke. Thanks for joining us. Says, I made an omelet with spinach and leftover rotel dip. Nice. Omelets are good. I love omelets. I love eggs. You can make eggs into just about anything, and I will love them. I like deviled eggs. I like scrambled eggs. I like poached eggs. I like when they're in omelets. I like them when they're flan. I like them when they're I like eggs. I love eggs. It is something that, even though we're vegetarians, eggs are something we still definitely eat, for sure. Helps us keep our protein numbers up. Brooke says the soup to salad temperature transition, right? I know. Yeah, soup to salad temperature transition. It has not happened yet. It's still soup weather as far as I'm concerned. We just had soup last night. Andrew has been making bread. He's turned into a bread maker. I think because he can't sleep really well. He's been painting, but also he's just had a hard time sleeping with headaches and weather things and all that. So he's been up making bread. He mixes it up at night, and then by the next day it sits and proves overnight and all day long, and then tonight he'll probably throw it in the oven. We were gifted for our wedding a Le Creuset casserole pot. It's like the fanciest pot that we have in this house or anywhere, period. We love it, but we don't get to use it that much. Well, it's not that we don't get to. It's like one of those, Andrew talked about it. It's like it's like the good china. Like you only pull it out for certain things or certain occasions. And we're like, why do we do that? Why do we do that to ourselves? It's such a nice pot. It's meant to be used. It has a lifetime warranty if something goes wrong. It's not like broken china and you can't replace it. So why are we doing that to ourselves? So that's what we ended up doing is he's been using it to bake bread in, which I didn't ever think about that, but you can bake bread in Le Creuset. And so that's what he's doing. And it's delicious. So we had some of his home-baked bread with his homemade soup last night, and finished off the soup and finished off the bread. And so now tonight, I think is going to be probably more bread, which is good, and stir fry. Because we want the vegetables, right? But it's not salad weather yet. So it's stir fry weather. Stir fry weather. Brooke's working on some beading too. Nice, Brooke. Make sure you show us in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group. We love to see all that y'all make. It's nice if you use something from us in the designs when you post there, but you don't have to. As long as you're not trying to sell things for other people, we don't allow that. If you are selling it for yourself, every once in a while, we don't mind if you make a post about that. Because we just, it's a good, you have to keep a good balance. If that's all you're there to do is sell your stuff, that's not the place to do. This is a place for community and connections and meeting people and getting to know each other and sharing your designs and helping each other out. But if you want to share something you've made and it's for sale, or if you have a business, we would love to know about that. So you can definitely share that in the group. But please do, especially I'm speaking to more of the newer people that might be listening. Please, if you do join that group, participate. Make it something that's not just something where you try to sell to all the time. We want you to be interactive with each other. And that's what it's about. It's about creating community. We function mostly on online right now. And so we still have a physical store though. And that physical store we have because we want to create community. That is the main purpose for that store, is to build community. Of course, we need to make money with it because it has its own expenses. But we could easily, probably at this point, close the physical store and just really push online only. But we hate to do that. It might be in the future. You never know. I'm not going to ever say no, because I don't want to see another bead store close that way, but we'll see how it does. But we really want people to come in and feel welcome and feel like they can come in and use this as a creative space to hang out and make stuff with friends. That's what we want. That's what we really adore. And that's what Allegory Gallery was created on. So when we come to the online space, it's very important to us to keep that going, which is why we sit here for like we have the last 40 minutes and chit chat with y'all. And let you chit chat with each other in the comments. And then we read out as many comments as we can, because we want people to get to know one another. We want people to have fun with one another. We want people to, vibe off of each other's energy and really, hopefully help each other take your designs to new places and interesting places and, really, really grow together. That's what it's about. So if you are in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group, please make that part of your day to stop in and check on people and offer suggestions or show your designs and ask questions and really interact with one another, because it's an amazing group of people there, especially those who interact often, that we see often. We really appreciate it, and I think everyone appreciates it. So if you're in that group and you haven't said anything in a while, we hope you will. We hope you will. And don't be afraid to say things and share things and interact with each other. That's the big thing. Some people get timid about it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. It'll be fun. You'll make friends. Norma says, we're supposed to freeze tonight on top of the floods. Fun time weather. The sun did finally come out today. It rained for almost 5 days. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we're getting to freeze. We are one night, but I don't think that's tonight. My computer went down before this live, which is one of the reasons I was a little bit late. I thought it was going to be a lot later, so everything's taking a little bit longer. It's an older computer. It's a little bit slow, but it's getting there. Let's see. I guess we are going down. Well, last night probably was free. Oh, tonight it is gonna. It's gonna be 25 tonight. 25 degrees tonight, 24 tomorrow night, but then it's going to start picking up into the 30s and 40s at night. Maybe I did the flower beds a little bit early, but you got to do them when you can do them, right? That's the thing. You got to do the flower beds when you can do the flower beds. And it's spring, y'all. It's supposed to be okay. Brooke says, omelets and quiche are great for using up leftover meats and vegetables. They are. They definitely are. Michelle says, I miss beading, but still designing. A friend wants a hummingbird bracelet, so designing something very special. That's nice. I like when you do that for people, for your friends. Let's see here. Norma says, Brooke, did you put the Rotel dip into the omelet? That sounds yummy. Norma says, I saw Andrew's bread post. It looked good. It was good. Kimberly says, I love my Le Creuset pot and cake pan, right? They're so nice. Kimberly says, I've slowed down on making at the moment for sales tax compliance. Yeah, it's that time, right? I know. I don't like it, but it's that time. Got to do what we got to do. Got to do what we got to do. Let's see here. All right. Oops. Let me move this over to this screen. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to take a look at first Andrew's paintings, his latest paintings. Brooke says, yes, the dip is the cheese and meat. I put Italian sausage in mine. Nice. Melanie's here. Hello, Melanie. Says, can I get the ones that look like candy necklace? Are they Czech? I don't know which ones you're talking about, but tonight is not a request night. But if you have a photo of something you're looking for, we can take a look at it. just send it to us, our email, info@allegorygallery.com. And that's a good point for everyone. If you're ever looking for something, we do nights that are called Total Request Live. And when we do a Total Request Live, then that's when you can get on and request things in the comments. And we will search our entire stash at Star Cottage Studio to try to find those things for you. But we also build lists from those things that Andrew looks for in the future for you all. But you can always email us, info@allegorygallery.com, something like what you're looking for. Tonight, I have pre-planned lots, and I will show those to you, and they will be available. Let's see here. Suzanne asks, how are the cats? Everybody's doing well. They're being very calm right now. They're not at the door. But Andrew got some pantry items the other day, and some of it's still out on the counter. We've been putting things away, but we have these giant glass jars. They're like this big. They're like the old-fashioned glass jars, and they have these old lids on them, and they're big. They're like really big, and we put like, there's one filled with herbal tea right now because we got some herbal tea, a big package of herbal tea, and we got one is full of catnip. One has St. John's wort. One has chamomile in it. And there's a few others with other things in them. Andrew got some cinnamon sticks. So there's one full of cinnamon sticks. Because oftentimes Andrew will put something on the stove and scent it with cinnamon sticks and herbs and things, and then just let it boil on the stove, slow simmer, I guess, is really to get the smell in the house. You know, like during Christmas, sometimes people do that. Well, he does it year round. And so anyway, we have all this stuff, and we don't have enough storage for all of it yet. And so we're moving it around and trying to find places for everything where we can store it. And so the stuff comes in these big bags, and Gertie has been a little sneak jumping up on the counters while we're not there, and she has found the spearmint leaves. For some reason, she is heavily into the spearmint right now. I see these little claw marks in the bag of the spearmint. When I got up from my nap today, I heard somebody out in the kitchen doing some stuff that didn't sound like they should be doing, and I got up, and there are little claw marks in the spearmint bag. So for some reason, she has found the spearmint and is really liking the spearmint. I don't know if it has a scent close to catnip. I've never looked it up whether, but I know like they're all in the mint family. So she probably thinks it's catnip, and she's trying to get into it. Probably through the bag, it smells enough like catnip because they're all in the mint family. But that's what I heard. I heard some bags rustling, and some. As soon as I got up, though, I was on the couch, and I'd passed out on the couch. As soon as I started to stand up, though, I heard thump. That was a cat jumping down from the counter onto the floor in the kitchen. I could hear it, and she come running out of the kitchen like nothing was wrong. Like, I didn't do anything, but. So I had to put stuff up on the counter so that she couldn't jump up there for now until we get things sorted a little bit more. Julie's with us. Hello, Julie. But otherwise, the cats are doing well. Everybody's fine. Everybody's good. Gilbert's a little bit, I don't know if he senses something, if there's a storm coming or if there's something happening, but he was trying to sit just before I got up on a nap. He'd come up to sit. He has this thing where, for whatever reason, I could be laying somewhere or sitting somewhere, like when I go to sleep all night, and just before I'm just about ready or having to get up, he'll come and sit with me. And it makes me feel so guilty because I have to get up when he just finally sat with me and decided to, be with me, and he wants to relax, and then I have to get up. And so he did that right as I was getting up from my nap. And I was like, Gilbert, I'm sorry. I've been here for a little while. You should have come in earlier. But he seems to want to be close. And I don't know if he senses something around, or I've been my anxiety's been okay lately. It's a little bit high today for whatever reason. So maybe he's sensing that and just wants to hang out with me. But everybody's good. Thanks for asking. How's everybody's fur babies out there? Sue says that telltale plop. I know, right? It's exactly plop down, like we didn't hear you jumping from on high. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Suzanne says Cinnamon slept with us because it was cold last night. Her face was on my pillow and her rear end was on Ray's. Oh boy, you got the better end of that deal. That's cute though. Paolo used to sleep with me, and he was a pillow Paolo. He would put his little face, his little head up on the pillow, and his body down, just like a person sleeps on a pillow. And I missed that. He was a super sweet boy, and he slept like that with me quite often. But he would always, and it made me crazy then. Of course, it makes you crazy then, and now you just wish you could have it again. But he would put his head on the pillow, and then he would keep pushing his head back into my nose. So he would keep tickling my nose with his head fur, and he wouldn't get close enough to like actually push against me, but just enough to tickle my nose. And he would do that. Never failed. It never failed. He would do that if he was sleeping on my pillow. But it's cute. It was cute. All right, everybody. Let me flip the camera around, and we're going to take a look at some of Andrew's artwork first. And this is available on his Facebook page. I shared it on the Allegory Gallery Facebook page, so it should be pretty easy for you to find it if you would like to purchase any of these. Let me get the right camera going here, get everything going, get my lights on, extra lights. Dolls Photography, Daniela says hello from Uruguay. Thank you so much for hanging out with us from Uruguay. We have people all over the world that check in with us, and we appreciate it. So my Spanish is very rusty, but hola and bienvenidos, right? I think that's right. Am I right? I was a Spanish major. I studied Spanish in college, but that was many, many, many years ago. But I studied Spanish and French, and I worked for a French shop in New York City. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the owners of that French shop moved to Uruguay, after they were in New York. And they were managing the shop from afar. I had left the shop at that point, but they were managing the shop from afar. Olivia's here from Arizona. Hello, Olivia. Thank you for joining us. And thank you all for saying hi. If you're new out there, say hi. We're friendly. We like to meet people. That's what it's all about, right? Creating community, having fun with one another, and looking at pretty beads. And hopefully some of y'all will buy some of the pretty beads and the pretty artwork that we have and keep us going so we can continue to create community and continue having fun with everybody. That's what it's about. Daniela says, oh, that's odd because this country is so expensive. It's quite peaceful. Yes, they apparently, what I heard, I lost touch with them after a while. What I heard is they moved there and bought a farm there. And apparently it was less expensive there than New York City, though. But they went there because it was supposed, I believe it was Uruguay, because it was safer and less expensive than New York City, and they could afford a farm, and I think they bought a farm, and they were living out on the farm. Hello, Susie. Thank you for joining in tonight. Good to see you here. Yeah, so thank you all for hanging out with us. Let's take a look at some artwork first. Now, these are not part of the $2 strands, obviously. This is Andrew's artwork. These are $75 each. And I can only tell you so much about them. They're on a Bristol board. Daniela says, yeah, farming here is what most foreigners like to invest in. I don't think they wanted a big farm. I think they just, but he did, they had the store for many, many years in New York. And then he also traded currencies, and they both spoke French and Spanish. And so she was from France, he was from England, but they both spoke French, and then he learned Spanish and she knew Spanish as well. And I believe they moved to Uruguay. I lost touch with him though, unfortunately. But I don't think they had a big farm. It wasn't like commercial farming or anything. They just wanted a nice little place for themselves to get away from the city and move out of the city, I think. This is the first piece. So these are on Bristol board, and Andrew does the gel print in the back with all the different patterns that he has and that he works with. And many of these, it's going to be hard to see on camera, but many of these are, well, all of them actually are metallic pigments in the backgrounds. So depending on how the light hits them, they will flash and shine. And sometimes you can see even different kind of patterns start to pop out that you didn't see before, which is really cool. So these are all $75 each. And they are available on Andrew's Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, or if you don't know how to find Andrew, you can find them on our Facebook page. But if you don't have Facebook and you see something you like, let us know, and I can get you a way that you can purchase from us and we can ship to you. All right, we do ship worldwide. Shipping amounts for different countries, we only charge you what we're charged. We don't make money on shipping. So when we give you a shipping quote, it is just what it takes to get it to you. We don't make any money on that. So, but we do ship U.S. Postal Service, USPS. So there's one. Here's another. Remember, says the artwork shows much better like this than the still pictures. Yeah, I took a little short video of every one of them too that I haven't shared yet. But yeah, it's hard. The still photos, they're only going to give you like that one color. Like they'll look like this, but they won't show you all those other colors that you're going to see in there. Like this one has a lot of green tint, green metallic, but when you hold it like this and you get a still photo of it, you barely see the green, but look how much green kind of flash and metallic there is in that. So that's why I wanted to show them on here so that you can all see them. I'm starting with the newest ones, the ones that if you watch our lives, you won't have seen yet. And then we'll get to the ones that some of you may have already seen and some of you may have purchased. Now, I'm not sure that all of these are still available. I haven't checked Andrew's timeline for a while. So some of these may have sold since, I hope. But Kara Witz is here. Hello, Kara. Thank you for joining us. This is very cool artwork. Thank you. And welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. We're getting a lot of new people. Please make sure you like and share. And please also follow us if you're on Facebook, or subscribe to us on YouTube, or follow us if you're on Instagram. We appreciate it all. We hope you like what we do. We do art, beads, and jewelry. That's mainly what we're all about. Lots and lots of beads, often art. And we make some jewelry once in a while nowadays, but we're working on a project. We're going to have more jewelry, but we're mostly selling beads to you and selling artwork. Norma says you can also see better how the figures stand out from the backgrounds. Yes, yes, yes. I love these. Yeah, the figures, they really look like they're like kind of 3D on some of these because they do stand out on the background. Daniela said, just followed on Facebook and also here. Thank you so much. I see that you're photography, Daniela, but do you also do jewelry making at all? Okay, let me set these aside. Here's another one. And so you'll see the shadow creature here. The shadow creature is coming out of the box. Andrew did another one, another series of paintings called Shadow Creatures, and we also did some shadow creature pins. So this is one of them, for example, shadow creature pin. And we make those and we sell those on our website. But this is kind of, I feel like like you're getting a hint of the origin story of shadow creatures with this painting. He's like, he went back and gave you the prequel to the shadow creatures is what it feels like to me. But I love this one, especially because of that. Daniela says, yes, I am old and a starter, but I love it. Hey, it's never too late to start. And we love having beginners. We do have a number of tutorials, especially wire wrapping tutorials on our YouTube channel. Our friend Jen used to film tutorials with us. So if you check out our playlist Saturday morning tutorials, there's a lot of wire wrapping stuff, and a lot of it's good for beginners. We're going to be working on some more tutorials too on YouTube like that. Especially I'm planning out a beginner series, just things that people might want to know as beginners. So that's hopefully going to come here by summer. I'll get that started, I hope. And Andrew also does a lot of demos and tutorials with seed beading and resin, if you want to learn how to pour resin, or face making with polymer clay, all different kinds of things. We get in all different kinds of crafts. Kimberly says, good thing I started some Alfredo before NCAA championship game is about to come on. Got to get back to my office. That's funny. Daniela says, thank you. Beading stitches is what I really need for beginners. Can't find too many. Yeah, we just did Andrew taught a little spiral stitch tutorial just about 2 days ago, maybe on Thursday or Friday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday last week. Andrew did a little spiral stitch tutorial. And then the day after, I think on Thursday or Friday, he did another brick stitch, I think. So if that's what you're learning, which it sounds like it, tune into those, check those out. They're in our lives. They're not necessarily made into their own tutorials. A lot of times, so on Wednesday, I take a pottery class. And on Wednesdays, I go to pottery and Andrew does the lives. Usually I'm the voice of the live, but on Wednesday, it's him. And while I'm at pottery, before we start showing things, he does some of the talking at the beginning, but he also usually does a tutorial or a demo of some sort. So we don't actually break them out all the time into their own thing, but you can check out our lives on Wednesdays especially, and he's usually doing some sort of bead tutorial, and usually kind of a bead stitch of some sort. He likes to do those for little short tutorials while he waits for me to get home. So if you're ever interested in learning that kind of stuff too, we do that. But it's usually, like I said, we need to learn to film them and upload them because that's what YouTube likes. But we love lives so much. We like hanging out with y'all live, that it's hard for us to do that. But YouTube really, we get a lot more subscribers when we were doing the uploaded videos versus the lives. Like we go live every weekday and our subscribers don't go up very much. But when we upload tutorials every week, just even one a week, those numbers start to go up higher and higher. So we need to get back to doing that, I guess, but we just love hanging out live with y'all. It's hard for us to fit in everything, right? It's hard to do everything. It's hard to do everything. So again, I'm showing you some of Andrew's artwork. These are $75 a piece. I wanted him to price them higher. They're a lot of detail. They're 4x6. He hasn't signed the backs yet. These just hot off the press, as they say. But these are available on his Facebook timeline. You can find it on our Facebook timeline as well. And $75 each only. And they are, yeah, the prices will probably go up once they go in the online store, but it's an introductory price right now. If he lets me. If he lets me put the price up, I'm going to. Daniela says, beautiful, can't pay, but lovely. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate all the support. You know, not everybody can buy things, right? Especially people all over the world. Like shipping costs a lot. Exchange rates are you know, not ever great. Makes it hard for everybody. But we appreciate the support. We appreciate you tuning in and commenting and helping the conversation keep flowing and just, you know, hanging out with us. And hopefully you'll learn something from us. And, you know, if you ever need anything, you know, we're here. That's what it's about. Like I said, building community, sharing the love. We love beading. We loved making things, creating things. And yeah, like I said, I've gotten into pottery lately and I love making the pottery. So I love this one too. This is one of my favorites. There's so many beautiful colors in it. And those fish. She's adorned in the fish. Let's see. Brooks says, so cold out tonight, I'm going to break out the hot chocolate. I don't blame you. Not one bit. Get that hot chocolate out. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. This one's really cool too. This kind of leafy creature. And then there's this one. I was waiting for a long time for this one to get finished. I kept seeing it as a work in progress, and I love how it came out with the third eye. And then I know for sure this one has sold. I know that. So this one is sold. I haven't checked recently, but that one was one of the first to sell. So there are those. And then these are going to be the ones that some of you may have seen already. If you watch our lives often, you may have seen some of these. He may have doctored them a little bit, done a little bit more to them since, but I'll go fairly quickly through these ones. And if there's one you want to see more of or see anything else about or have questions about, I can try to answer them for you. Like I said, he went back to sleeping, I believe. Oh, the cord's in the way. Because he's been up for days and days and days with painting these, but also with migraines from the weather. He gets severe sinus issues when the weather changes. And right now it's changing every single day, like every single minute. We were driving today and we kept talking about like the sun would peek out and then the sun would not peek out. And then we get like very, very dark, like storm clouds rolling in, and then they'd go away. There's just a lot. And it's been a lot. So how's everybody else doing out there? If you're out there, say hi if you haven't already. We'd love to meet new people. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We have people from all over. All over. Dale says, good evening, just tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Dale. We're just doing the showing of Andrew's artwork. You missed the new ones if you're just tuning in. These are some of the ones that I've shown you all already. But this is now available. He dropped his artwork on his timeline, so it is available for purchase. This is one of my favorites. I love the little fishing cat. And then I know this one is also sold for sure. So there are those. And then these. Kimberly says, I'm in Eastern Kansas, close to Kansas U. KU. We're in, if you missed it, we're in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, in the United States. We are near Pittsburgh area. Most people know Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. If you're not from Pennsylvania or even the United States, you usually know Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. That's where we're near Pittsburgh, on the Pittsburgh side, about an hour east of Pittsburgh. All right, so those are the finished works by Andrew, now available on his timeline. After they sit on his timeline for a little while, we will move them into probably the online store. So feel free to grab them now while the prices are lower. They're lower now than they will be when they go into the online store, most likely, if he lets me. If he doesn't let me, they will be the same price. But yeah, anyway. Now, I need to find a lot number. So if you'd like to purchase tonight, for those of you who are new, we're getting to the part of the show where we sell stuff now. We do this every weekday. We talk a little bit. Sometimes we do a demo or show stuff, and then we really have our lots for sale. And in order to purchase, you must send us an email. So here's how it works. I have it scrolling along the bottom of the screen. we will give you a piece of paper. Let me find a lot number first before I go over all this. Let me see. Hopefully my computer is not super, super slow. It is. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to use QT for our lot number today. QT. These are QT, cutie lots. Makes sense. They're cute. QT1. So we will do a slip of paper like this. These are all going to be $2, so you already know what the price is going to be. $2. We do have multiples of each of these available. I don't know how many multiples we have available of each one, but I didn't get a chance to count them all out before the live because, like I said, I fell asleep. And so I'm just going to let people purchase, and when I figure out the spreadsheet, I will let you know through the invoicing, as always, if you got it or not. But QT1, so you take down the lot number, QT1, put that in the subject line of an email. You can also put it in the body of an email. Subject line or body is fine. Send that email to info@allegorygallery.com. That's also, it's all scrolling down here. Everything I'm saying is scrolling down there. And that's all you got to do. First come, first serve. And yeah, super easy. QT1 in the subject line of an email, info@allegorygallery.com, and hit send. If you want to, you can send one per item, or you can send one email at the very end with everything that you want in it. It's up to you. Angela says, storm is coming in. Hopefully the connection will stay steady. I hope so. We just dropped about 10 people right off right now. So something is happening out there, it looks like. Danielle says, I just saw those lovely combinations you have on your Facebook page. Oh, our luxury bead blends? Yeah, we put luxury bead blends in the online store. Luxury bead blends in the online store. You can purchase them there. I added that this weekend. We also added some of Andrew's new enamel pendants to the online store. I should have brought those up to show, but I've shown them before. But you can see them in the online store. I try and take good pictures. I have a cat now clawing at the door, trying to get in. Danielle says, and if we want more, you can do more than one if you want. So if you want QT1, QT2, if you want 3 of QT1, you just put QT1 times 3. Just a little X times 3 or whatever you want to do. So I know put three lots, but that's all you got to do. And you send one email per item if you want, or you can send one full email at the end. You have a better chance of getting things if you send an email per item. It is first come, first serve. If you send us an email, you are promising to take it if you get it. I can't tell you always in real time if you've gotten it, especially with lots like this, because I don't have a good count yet. But let's just say I think we have enough of these that I don't think we're going to run out tonight. Which is the good thing. So if you send an email for these, you're most likely going to get them because I think Andrew ordered a number of most of these. And yeah, it's easy. That's easy, right? Just send us an email. Done. First come, first serve. That's how it works. All right. First one up. These are mostly all Czech glass. Czech glass. So these are Czech glass druks. They call them druks. D-R-U-K. It also just means that they're round. This is from the Czech Republic. QT1, only $2. They are 4mm rounds, and this strand is an 8-inch strand approximately. And it's it's kind of like a celery green. It's really pretty. QT1, $2. Every strand, $2 tonight. Super, super duper easy. Let's see here. Michelle said, I'm in Los Angeles County, Santa Clarita. Los Angeles, California, United States. All right, that was QT1. And if you have any questions on anything, if I forget to give sizes or anything like that, just stop me and say, yo, William, how much? Or, well, you know how much, they're only $2, but you can say, hey, how big is that? And I'll go back and check. Okay, QT2, $2 each. Remember, these prices are only going to last for 24 hours. Once we start our live tomorrow, these prices are no longer in existence. Most of these prices are going to go up by $1 to a few dollars a strand. Like this is probably a $5 to $6 strand, and we're selling it tonight for $2. These are these little drops. These little drops. They're little round drops, top drilled round drops, and these are about 9 millimeters. 9mm coins. Here you can see it. Danielle says, what are those plastic? These are all glass, Czech glass from Czechia, from the Czech Republic, Czechia. They're imported from Czechia, or the Czech Republic. They are all glass beads. I know, glass beads for $2, right? You think they're plastic, but they're not. QT2, $2. This is approximately a 2.5-inch strand of these beautiful coins. And we've just sold 2 of these. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Anybody else? Aren't they a beautiful color? Love those. I love that first color. We didn't sell any of those yet. I'm surprised. QT1, that's a nice green, celery green kind of color. I love that. Great for spring. Hey, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes when we price things too low like this, people think they're not good. We're just giving you a really good price, everybody, just so you know. It's not because these aren't good. It's not because these are like leftovers, or we just got these in. And some of these we actually still sell on our website for a lot more. Michelle says that QT1 would be perfect for bead weaving. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Angela says, hello, battening down for the wind and rain. The Spanish moss is slinging pollen through the storm. Oh boy. That sounds like a lot going on. Hopefully all is good. Hopefully all is good for y'all there. QT, it's calm here, thankfully. QT3. Oh, we just solved one of the QT1s. Thank you so much. QT3 are this strand of pinch beads. So these are pinch, they call them pinch beads in Czech glass when they're 3-sided like this. It's like somebody took them, went like that, pinched them like that. And so they're pinch beads. And these ones have kind of the bicone look to them. Sometimes pinch beads are flat, sometimes they have that little extra facet on them. These have the extra facet. So this is a strand of the green color pinch beads. Look at how good this green, Danielle says like a triangle, right? Yep, they're like a triangle. Look how good these 2 greens. This was QT1. How good those 2 greens would go together. Those colors are really pretty. Let me pull it out of the bag so you can see a little bit better. There it goes. Look at those together. Really pretty. But that's QT3. $2 each. Everything's $2 tonight. It's a good night to buy beads, y'all. It's a good night to buy beads. QT3, $2. And like I said, the prices on these are going to go up afterwards. So if you see them again from us, don't be surprised when they're not $2. We're doing this as a special. I said I wanted to get into the I want to get into the week in a good way. So we're starting the week out good. Let's see here. Let's see. Daniela says, just send an email, but how do you know we sent the offer? I'm watching the email right now, and I did get your email. I did get your email. So thank you so much. And Daniela, I'll definitely need your shipping address. So make sure you send me your shipping address in Uruguay there, and I will work up an invoice as far as how we can, I'll let you know how much shipping will be for everything too. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Angela says, love the pinch beads. I'm loving your attitude, right? Start the week out good. $2, only $2. QT4. Let me make sure you're not looking at a blank screen. Oh, Diana says, what size did you say QT3 was? I didn't, see? Thank you for reminding me. I didn't measure them for you. Daniela says, when we finish, there's a friend of mine in Miami who sends me all in one. That's great. We can send to your friend. Makes it super easy for us. These are about 4 millimeters by about 5. 4 by 5 millimeter on the QT3, Diana. QT3. And let's see here. Let me also, one thing I have not checked today is my junk. I want to make sure nobody's going into the junk mail. Okay, I don't see anybody from tonight going into junk mail. Good. Especially when we have new people, I want to make sure, because sometimes our email, because we're getting a lot of emails that just say like QT3 in the subject line, it thinks they're junk. So I got to make sure nobody goes into the junk mail. QT4 coming up. QT4 are these fire polished Czech glass, large size, with a metallic gold finish. And this is a 6-inch strand, and these are 5 millimeters. Let's see if I can get them this way too. Usually these are like 5 by 5, I think, but let's see if I can get in here. 5 by 5.5. 5 by 5.5. $2 only. QT4. Danielle, this is nice ones to combine with hematite. Yeah, you definitely could. Absolutely. Hematite, if you put these maybe with some lapis, you'd pull out some of the gold color in the lapis and have a blue-black combination. They look really pretty. Blue, black, and brown, I think, look really good together. But definitely hematite. I don't know if I still have. Just the other day, we had some hematite on the show. I'm trying to see if I still have it here or not. I don't think I do. Nope, we sold it. We sold it. But these are really pretty. QT4, $2 a strand. Beautiful Czech glass. All Czech glass from the Czech Republic, imported from the Czech Republic. Nothing wrong with the strands. They're $2 because we're giving you a good deal, not because there's anything wrong with them. I like to say that because $2 is way too inexpensive these days. People are like, oh, they must be fake. They must be junk. No, we just give you a good deal. When we get a good deal, so do you all. We believe in sharing the good deals when we can. We can't keep these prices forever, though. So this is a one-time only offer for the next 24 hours. Y'all get these at $2 each only. Here's some more green druk beads or rounds, smooth rounds in the larger size in a slightly darker green color than QT1 was. So these are about 6 millimeter Czech glass druks. And this is about a 7.5 inch strand. Look at that pretty green color. $2, everybody. Y'all know these are really good deals. You all know these are really good deals. $2 a strand, QT5, Czech glass druks. The deals don't get it. We could not go lower on this. I told you, this is like wholesale for you all. You're buying wholesale pretty much tonight because these are all at least probably $4 to $6 strands when all is said and done. Retail, they're normally $4 to $6. You're getting the wholesale price tonight. Susan says almost like peridot. Almost, right? Almost like a peridot. It would look really pretty with a peridot. It'd look really pretty with a green fluorite. But pair it with some black, that'd look awesome, or some white, that'd be really nice too. It's a nice bright green color. QT5. Sold a few of those. Thank you so much. Make sure you get your orders in quick if you'd like any of these. These prices and these quantities will not last long. All right, QT6. Now these are what we call gem cut. Gem cut. They're a little kind of smooshed, faceted rondelle. These at least are $3 a strand in our online store. These are $3 a strand always. And that was because we got a super good deal back then. We offer these at $3 a strand in our online store. Now this one is $2 for you all tonight. And this one I know is or has been in our online store. So these will at least go up to $3 when we get them. Danielle says, how many are on there? Well, let's see. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, about 25. I can't say that every strand's exactly the same because we didn't count them all, but there should be around 25 of them on there. 5 millimeters by approximately 3.5. 5 millimeters by 3.5 millimeters. Gem cut, usually around 25 to a strand. This is the general strand size on these, and they are 3¼ inch strands. QT6. Only $2. Michelle says, oh, I can buy, LOL. William, now I need to figure out what. See? That's awesome. Get them today because tomorrow these prices are no more. No more. QT7. $2. At only $2. Hopefully you can grab a number of them. This is another one of the very pretty light pink, like a rose pink color. Actually, more like a powder pink, like a baby powder kind of pink. QT7, these are the gem cuts. There should be, let's see, let's count this one just to see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 on that one too. So yeah, about 25 of them on there. And they're the same size as the last ones. $2 a strand only. $2 a strand only. QT7. Very light baby pink color. We've sold a number of these so far. Thank you so much. Even lighter than quartz. Than a rose quartz, yes, generally. Yeah, it's a softer color than a rose quartz. Rose quartz a little bit deeper pink usually. QT7, $2. So a number of these ones, people like that one. That's a good deal. Like I said, I think we have that on the website, that color for $3. I know all of our gem cuts on the website are $3, and we thought that was a really good deal before. So $2 for tonight only, well, 24 hours only, is a really good deal. They will go up to the $3 price. Everything will go up to their full retail price after 24 hours. This is only a deal for our live viewers. These aren't going anywhere else at this price. Maybe in the DSASH group, we'll see. We might pass them through there too. How about these ones? The pink core. The pink core beads. They have that nice deep pink core. Crystal clear on the outside. And these rondelle, well, these are more rounds. I'm going to call these rounds. They're 5 millimeter. Well, 4.5 millimeter. 4.5 millimeter faceted rounds in Czech glass. And these are about 5-inch strands. 5, 10, 15, 20. There's about 25 on there as well. QT8, only $2 a strand. QT8. And like I said, I think we have 26 strands tonight, right? So what's that? $52 if you bought one of each strand only. I think that's a really good deal. You get 26 strands for 52 bucks. Who does that? We do at Allegory Gallery for you all, because we love you. We want you to be happy and make pretty things. QT9. Now this, y'all know what this is, right? This is fire polish Czech glass. Fire polish Czech glass. And you know, we tell you this all the time. We sell these for $5 to $7 a strand in store, depending on the finish. $5 to $7. Tonight, for you all only, $2 for the strand. Fire polished Czech glass. These are the 8-inch strands. These go for $5 to $7 depending on the finish in the physical store and the online store. We sell them at that price. That's like the standard price. And that's before any craziness with importing is going to start happening. So these are exceptionally priced. You're getting these at below wholesale, is really what you're getting. $250 would generally be the lowest wholesale that you would get these for. So QT9, and that's at a Keystone wholesale, 50% off. QT9, $2 a strand only. Multiple strands available. We've sold a few of those. Thank you so much. And this is a really pretty. These are the, I think the. Let's see here. They're the 4mm fire polished Czech glass. So they're 4x4. QT9. QT9. I'm telling you, all these prices, more when we have them in the physical store, more when we put them in the online store. So has anybody done anything fun for the weekend? I know there was a lot going on. Anybody do anything cool, anything fun, anything, or have any good news they'd like to share? Anybody reading any good books? I'm looking for a good book. I want a book, like, here's the next one. These little flags, these little square kind of flags. These are 2-hole too. They can be used. They can be used like this, or you can use them with as 2-hole beads and string them down both sides. So these are really fun to use, and they're really pretty, like kind of amber color. They've got the amber look to them. These are approximately 6-inch strands, and these little flags are, I call them flags. They're not really because they're 2-hole beads, but 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. Julie didn't feel great over the weekend, so laid low. Oh, you're still not, or hopefully you're feeling better. I know you weren't feeling good on Friday. Hopefully you're feeling better. Did you figure out what it was? Hopefully you're getting better. I'm looking for a good book. So I like books that are either like brain science kind of things, or things that relate to reality or multiple realities, or, you know, like whether it's fact or whether it's fiction. I tend to like those kind of stories. Anybody got a good book to recommend to me? I read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, if that gives you any idea, The Midnight Library, and really enjoyed that recently. QT10, 2 of these. We've sold some. I can't believe we haven't sold more of these. These are normally much more expensive than that. These are probably a $5 or $6 strand for these 2-hole beads. $2, QT10. Danielle says, unless you want to read in Spanish. I wouldn't mind that, but it might be more of a challenge than I can do right now. My Spanish is very rusty. I went to college and studied Spanish. I was a Spanish literature major, and I studied in college French language and culture. So I spoke Spanish and French pretty fluently when I left college. But I have not used them, and I've been out of college for longer than I like to admit. So, but I might find a translation. If you like if you like the same kind of books that I do, I might be able to find a translation. All right, next up, this beautiful white, like kind of glaciery white. It has the dark and light areas. It looks like a glacier. I think it's so pretty. Look how pretty. Czech glass from the Czech Republic. QT11. This is a full 8-inch strand. This is like the fire polished. It's a fire polished, but this time in white. We do not have this in the online store or the physical store. I'm excited to have gotten this one because this is a white fire polished, and it is very pretty. This would normally be a $5 to $7 strand, probably for that on the higher end of that, because that's one I don't really see. That kind of white. These are 4 millimeters, fire polished. Susan says, I'm beginning The Changeling by Victor Lavelle. It involves a used bookseller in NYC whose wife and child spontaneously vanish in his journey to find them. That sounds like something I would like. What was the now I have to look it up, because I read about a bookstore, Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore, I think. Yeah, Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. I read that and I loved that. And then I also read, I think it was Sourdough. That was by Robin Sloan, and I think Sourdough was another book by Robin Sloan, and I really enjoyed Sourdough too. So I like that kind of thing. I might have to look that up. Thank you, Susan. So QT11, let's see here. Okay, so some of those. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody else watching anything good, reading anything good? We finished the Pottery Throwdown, the Great Pottery Throwdown, the newest season. We finished that up, which I loved. I love that. It always gives me good people to follow too on Instagram. Oh, this is one I think you're all gonna like. Look at that. These little drops in this beautiful green. Look how pretty that is. QT12, green drops, Czech glass. This is a 6-inch strand, and these are approximately 5 millimeters by 7. It's 6.7. 6.6, so 6.5. We'll say 6.5 by 4.5. 4.5 by 6.5. Let's do that. They were probably 5 by 7 before they were faceted. Danielle says, can you do me a favor, put them near QT3? Yeah, sure. Let's pull out all because you're looking at the greens. Let's pull out all the greens. There's QT3, there's QT5, and here's QT1. So 1, 3, and 5. So here they are. Here's QT1 with those. Here's QT3 with those. They're a little bit kind of, I would say, they're really close in color to QT3. They're probably the same color. They're just a little thicker, so they look a little darker, but I think they're made to be the same color. QT3, and then this is QT5. They're a little bit lighter than QT5. They're more yellow, more of a yellow-green. Lenna says, my friend got her psychology degree from Claremont in California. There's a famous professor there, Paul Zach, who works in econ and psych. He wrote The Moral Molecule, A Source of Love and Prosperity. I feel like I don't know, I don't think I have that book. I feel like I've seen that book though. Okay, let me put these back now. QT, get them back in order so I don't lose my place and lose my spreadsheet here. Everything back in 9, 10, 11, and this is 12. All right. I'll have to look that up too. The moral molecule. I feel like I know that. Hello, Lennis, by the way. Thanks for hanging out. Have you read that one? Have you read it? Did you like it? Or did you just hear that it's good? Okay, QT13. Lennis says he has a TED Talk. He also wrote Trust Factor, the Science of Creating High-Performance Companies. That I don't think I've heard of, but maybe I did see a TED Talk. Danielle says, please give a like. Yes, everybody, give that like. Give us that like. All right, QT13. This is a really pretty one. This is a good price. This is kind of an off-white. It's almost like a gray white. But this is a rondelle. This is a whole strand. Normally these are $6 to $8 for a strand like this. $6 to $8. These are about 8.8, so about 9 millimeters by 6 millimeters. You know that these are normally $6 to $8 a strand when they're this size. This is a 6-inch strand. QT13, $2 each for you all. $2 a strand. $2 a strand. QT13. I can't even believe I'm doing these at $2 a strand, but like I said, it's a good way to start out the week, right? For you all, start it out strong, get some pretty stuff, and get some really good prices on it. Because we love you. We want you to make pretty things. And we are very, as many of you know who watch us often, but those of you who don't watch us often may not realize, Andrew and I both grew up without a lot of money. We don't come from a lot of money. We started our business on very little money. We still don't have a lot of money, but we believe in making sure that we do our best to allow anybody who wants to learn to create the ability to do so. So we always try to have things that are affordable for everyone at every price point. And $2, I mean, we have beads for like 15 cents in the store, but we like $2 for a strand. Pretty much if you want to learn how to make a bracelet for $2, you can buy that strand. That's affordable for almost, I know it's still not affordable for everybody, but we do our best to make things affordable for as many people as we can because we believe that creativity can help your life in so many ways. And you can be inspired. And we've been around long enough that we have watched from our store. We've seen kids come in that learn how to make jewelry, and then they go to college and they pay for their meal plan, for example, by selling earrings, or they might buy their books by selling some jewelry that they've made. So, you know, we've seen people how making and creating can help you thrive. And these are kids who may not have been able to do that in a lot of other ways, or their families weren't able to afford that. So, you know, like I said, Andrew and I didn't come from much, and we know how much it meant to us to be able to do things and have things and create and and we just try to pass that on as much as we can. So that's another reason. Yes, we love you all. Of course, we want you to have nice things at the best prices we can. But we also, we look for these deals like this, that we're able to offer these things at limited time purchases like this. But we also do that because we want everybody to be able to afford to create. We don't want anybody to feel left out, because both he and I, in many times of our life, felt left out of places, of groups of friends, of things like that. And we don't want people to feel left out because money is an issue. That shouldn't be the way things are. At least that's what I think. Sold a bunch of the 13s. Thank you so much. This is another gem cut strand, this time in this amethyst color. Beautiful amethyst kind of purple color. These are Czech glass stone beads, or Czech glass beads. And these are called gem cut. We call these. These are 3-inch strands. Normally these are $3 in the online store. These are the ones that are $3 in the online store. Doing them right now for you for $2. Sorry, I need to take a drink. I'll be right back with you. Okay. Remember to stay hydrated, everybody. Remember to stay hydrated. Lenna says, I read the first book, but not the second. He teaches about the neuroscience of trust and how using can help companies be successful by gaining trust of employees, businesses, partners, and customers. Nice. And it says, I'll never have a lot of money. I think it made me very creative in reusing and repurposing things. Right? I think so. I think so. I know, like, my parents always joked. Well, they didn't really joke. It was true. I was one of those kids that I would take like boxes, like cardboard boxes, and reuse them. And they were my favorite toys as kids. Like, I would just play with cardboard boxes. They'd spend money on getting something, a real toy, and I just set it aside and use the cardboard boxes. And I think that's just been part of my makeup too. But, I do like technology. So I do, when I can, sometimes I'll splurge on that. It's not often anymore, but hopefully in the future. Why shouldn't we have the things we want, right? I'm trying to manifest all that. Why shouldn't we have the things we want? We should be allowed. Other people are, right? Let's manifest that for all of us out there, getting the things that we want. And we're trying to help you by giving you $2 strands tonight. So get these things you want tonight for sure. Let's see here. Michelle says, so many choices, I will buy at the end. Yeah, tonight we do have a number of most of these, so you're probably not going to miss out too much. But you never know. You never know how many people are going to want anything. You never know. Julie says, I got a big box of stuff from you guys today. Can't wait to start creating with all this cool stuff. Thank you. I'm glad you got it. I ship out so much I forget sometimes who I've shipped out to. So it's always fun to find out who got stuff from us. But thank you. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad it arrived okay. William, our QT14, the 3x5 says, oh, let me look. They should be. They should be all the same. And we call them gem cut. And they're always, 5 by, it should be 3. I can get in there. 5 by 3. Yep. Yes, Anna. Anna says, you're a cat. I am too. Love making things out of boxes, right? Julie is like a cat, right? Yeah, and cats were my thing. Cats have always been my buddies. Here are these little flags, or these 2-hole beads. Czech glass, this time in the deep kind of ruby red with the Picasso finish. And that's kind of a green-gray Picasso finish on the outside. These are just about 6-inch strands, and they are 6 millimeters again. So we had the other ones earlier that are like amber. And just so you can see, there's the price. There's the retail price normally on those, $4. And that's old. This is an older strand, so that's an old retail price. But we're doing them. I told you it's like wholesale tonight. Daniela says matte finished. Yes, these ones are more of a matte finish. They're like a sandblasted finish. They're not the high gloss finish. And that Picasso finish, I think, has a lot to do with that, the way that that's added on. So they give you that Picasso, that's that little kind of splattery. Let me see if I can get this get a better light on that. That kind of splattered look on there. That's called a Picasso finish, is what they name that. I don't know why it's called that. That's just what they say. So that's what we call it. Anna says those are great. They are great. And $2 is an amazing price for those. QT15. And again, they are 2-hold. So they make a beautiful bracelet if you put them together and string through there. You can string other seed beads in between. So you can put smaller seed beads in between, and you'll have a little gap like that, right? With 2 beads between. It makes a really pretty kind of look, like a ladder kind of look. Anna says it is an amazing price. I know. These are at least wholesale tonight. Some of them are better than wholesale. Well, like Keystone Wholesale, which is 50% off. QT16. Everything's $2 tonight. Daniela says add some peridot little beads, some golden links, and you are done. Exactly. You can make jewelry. See, you know what you're doing, Daniela. You say you're new, but you know what you're talking about. You got the stones down. You got the colors. You got patterns. I see it happening. So sorry, Garnet. Peridot would look pretty too because that Picasso finish has some green to it. So it has kind of a green tint. So you could use peridot, but yeah, garnet would be great. You know what you're doing. You know, I can tell. So here are these small Druk rounds with a Picasso finish. And these are kind of, I think these are a black jet round with a green Picasso. So it's like a, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get in there with the camera a little, with the lights a little better. There they are. I think you can see those. Hopefully you can see those better. So that strand, these rounds, and this is 8-inch strand, and they're about 3 millimeters. Shows us how many are there tonight. I think 26 lots tonight, Michelle. Normally we do 30 to 40, but I didn't have enough of these to do a full 30 tonight. And he says, I'm studying. My teacher is old school, so he teaches us a bit of everything. Good. That's good. We like that. So QT16, $2 a strand for those rounds. Yeah, I wanted to do a full 30 lots, but I don't have enough stuff. We didn't get enough of things that I can do them at $2. These are the ones I picked out that I could do that tonight for you all. And I made it to 26. So this is QT17. These are these kind of periwinkle drukes or rounds. Beautiful kind of purpley blue, like a periwinkle color. These are about, let me get on here, about 7.5 millimeter rounds. This is an 8-inch strand. QT17. Beautiful clear, that periwinkle, that blue purple kind of color. I love it. QT17. Isn't that pretty? Oh, put that with some opalite. Oh, let me just show you. I think I have opalite here on the floor. We sold some opalite the other night too. But look at how pretty that would be with some opalite. Oh, so nice. So beautiful. It's QT17, and this is really lovely color. It is a lovely color. It's not a color I see very often. I will say that. It's not a color I see very often. Beautiful kind of pastel-y blue, purple. QT17. QT18. Check these out. These little rondelles. Sorry, I've got a cat hair on that. Cat hair everywhere. We got 5 cats. You're going to see cat hair once in a while. We try and keep them out of this room, but they come in to visit sometimes. QT18, these little rondelles in this they look like carnelian. These would go great with carnelian. You'd probably never even know that they weren't gemstones if you paired them with your carnelian beads. They're really good lookalikes. These are about 3 millimeters by, if I can even get in here, 3 by 2.5, let's say. 3 by 2.5, QT18. Stunning carnelian lookalike Czech glass beads. $2 a strand. QT18. Multiple strands available if you'd like more than one. This is about a 4.5. We'll say 4.5. It's a little bigger. About a 4.5-inch strand. QT18, $2. And this is great color for autumn. Diane says, I love those. I know, right? I know. Let me check my junk mail, make sure nobody's going into junk mail. So far, so good. Remember, if you'd like to claim tonight, send us an email. Put the QT number in the subject line of the email. Address the email to info@allegorygallery.com. Don't forget gallery. A lot of people accidentally, even people who've been with us for a long time, sometimes accidentally send to allegory.com. That's not us. info@allegorygallery.com. QT19. All right. Next up, you want some more carnelian lookalikes? How about these? 2 whole beads again. Like, can you imagine putting, for example, these in between? Let me see if I can get this light up here. Put those in between. How fun would that be? There's little spacers in there. QT19, QT20. Diana says, I work in copper, so this would be spectacular. Yes, they would. $2 a strand? These would both be great with copper. We do a lot of copper work too, especially enamel work. Andrew enamels a lot on copper. So this is QT18 and this is QT19. I think these are 6 millimeters if I remember correctly. Yeah, 6 millimeters, 2 whole beads, QT19, and that is just about a 6-inch strand. And that's another thing I should mention. If you watch us multiple nights in a row and you purchase multiple things, we will combine shipping for you. So you got to let us know you want us to, but we will combine shipping if you're new. Otherwise, we will try and ship out as soon as we can for you. But if you want to watch multiple things, if you want to combine shipping, if you just buy like 1 or 2 things one night, and you want to wait till the next night or throughout the week to see if you buy anything else, let us know and we'll combine for you. QT19. I love this color. So far, no one's grabbed any of these. I would be on top of these because I love that carnelian color. Okay. And we will invoice you via Square at the end of the night. And yeah, it's super easy. I do a spreadsheet, usually the same night. Sometimes it's not till the next day, but mostly it's usually the same night. I will invoice via Square to let you know what you've got. QT20. How about these little paddle beads? These little paddle drops. So this would look lovely with a hematite or an onyx. It's got a little bit of that kind of platinum-like finish. They call it a platinum finish. Daniela says square. That's something I don't know. If it doesn't work, I don't know. I have to check if it's in Uruguay or not. Square is squareup.com. It's really big here in the US to take mobile payments. If Square doesn't work in other countries, we can do PayPal too. PayPal should work fine. But we can try Square. Square you can pay with a credit card. Just any credit card will do. Generally works. But that's how we invoice for everything. That's for 13 or 14 years. We've done Square in the store. That's how we run our store. But yeah, if it doesn't work, we can do PayPal. That's easy too. We generally do only Square for these because of the way our inventory is. But since you're in a totally different country, we can make that work for PayPal. QT20 are these little paddles. Sold some of these. Thank you so much. Let me try and get you a size on these. These are really hard always to get a size on because of the way they're strung up. These are about 7 millimeters by 5.5. 7 millimeters by 5.5. QT20. I'm like, what's the price of these? Oh, it's $2. I'm used to trying to think up, get all the pricing done while I'm writing these little tags, but I don't have to. They're all $2. QT21 are these beautiful blues. Czech glass. Now look, that's a big strand. That's an 8-inch strand of these beautiful Czech glass blue large rice beads, call those. And these are about 7.5, we'll say, 7.5 millimeters by about 11. 7.5 by 11. And that's worth more than $2. For certain. It's another $5 or $6 strand. That's a nice big strand of Czech glass. 8-inch strand of Czech glass, that size, that's probably an $8 strand. But we got a good deal, so you're going to get a good deal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. QT21, $2 a strand only. QT22, right? Yeah, 22. QT22 are these. Look at these coins. Look at that finish. Aren't those cool? They look like moss or something. I love that. Looks like a mossy rock. It's kind of a blue-green on that black coin. So there's where they're drilled, how they look. Look how pretty that is. And this is definitely more than, these are always like $5 or $6 generally. And these are, I keep telling you that, you all know you're getting a good deal tonight, right? These are 9 millimeter coins. QT22. 9 millimeter coins, beautiful finish. These are about 3-inch strands. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, There's about 25 beads on that strand. These little shorty strands a lot of times are around 25 beads. QT22. Number of those have been selling. Thank you so much. And remember, when we do nights like this, we are hoping to sell quantities of things. We're hoping that people will grab a good number of these things, and that enables us to continue having sales like this. Like we did the Czech glass sell down show last week, and we were selling things at really good prices. And because we sold enough things, we're able to do shows like this. So if you like good prices like this, we hope you'll continue to hang out with us and continue to purchase things, because the more that we sell like this, the more we can continue doing these kind of things, giving you these really awesome prices on stuff. This is QT23. Look at those. Such a pretty, so they've had that finish on them, and then they've been faceted. Aren't they cool? Kind of a nice, almost a pinky brown kind of color, a pink and brown kind of blushy brown, which is a really nice kind of, I call them basics. Andrew hates it when I call them basics. Staple colors. It's good to have. It goes well with just about anything. These are about 4.5 millimeter. And these are about 5-inch strands. They go well with so many colors. Like, look at them with a blue. It's really pretty with that. Come on. They have a bunch of colors, but they're like mixed colors. There's another with that kind of blue, and then even with like a pink, they're pretty. We had these. This strand came in our Radical Joy kit, and so that's the same kind of strand right there in the Radical Joy kit. But look at it with that green. Really pretty. Nice combination. There's another one, a different kind of blue. Really pretty. Look at it with all those colors. It blends in really well with a lot of different colors. Just a nice basic. And of course with black. Oh, it would look really nice with black. Let's see, do I have? Here's some smoky quartz that didn't sell the other night. Look at that with some smoky quartz. Look at how beautiful that is. Smoky quartz together. I can't believe that smoky quartz didn't sell. Anyway, I'm getting distracted looking at pretty things around the desk here. Look at, oh here, look at it with purple. Look at how pretty that is. Let's see. Anna says it would be pretty with pearls. Yes, it would. I don't have any pearls left on my desk. They're on the other side of the room. Normally Andrew's here to hand me things. But I don't have access to the pearls, or I would show you. They would be really pretty with pearls. Daniela says, agree with Anna's pearl idea, right? We've got some pretty pearls in our online store too. If you haven't checked that out in a while, we have some nice vintage freshwater pearls in our online store at really good prices. Great quality for the price. Let me just tell you. QT24. Burgundy or deep red color, very dramatic, says Diana. Yes, it would be. Here, I just happen to have some of that. So let me, before we go on, let me pull out some of these. No, it's not quite burgundy, but look at it with this red Oops, my computer just went dead. Sorry. Come on, wake up. There we go. Yeah, look at it with that color. They're kind of pinky red. That's more of a pinky red. These look darker when I was looking at them in the tube. Oh, I know. Do I still have it over here? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Where were they? There they are. How about some garnet? Big garnet chunks. There's that deep, kind of deep red garnet. These are a vintage garnet strand. Look at that. Oh, so nice. Okay, I've spent enough time on this. I've spent enough time on these, right? We have sold a number of them. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Silver pearl small black seed beads. Yep. Don't have. Trying to see if I had silver around here. I don't have a lot. I have a lot of gold. I've been working with gold lately. Oh no. Don't fall, don't fall. QT24. Czech glass. These little dimples. Aren't they cute? These little dimple beads. Got little dimples on top and bottom. They're half blue. Well, they're not half necessarily, but they're a combination of the matte clear with the blue. And these are approximately 6mm bicones. We'll call them, not bicones, rondelles. Dimpled rondelles. And this is approximately a 5-inch strand, sorry, 5-inch strand. And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, yep, about 25 beads on there. 25 beads on there. QT24, Michelle says, oh, those are perfect. Aren't they nice? QT24, $2 a strand only, multiple strands available. Send in your email. Let us know how many you want of those. There's around, generally, I think around 10 to 20 of each of these strands. So that's why I'm not putting the number. Normally, if you watch us often, QT25. Normally in the bottom right-hand corner of these slips, we put a little number that tells us how many there are. But I woke up a little late today from my nap. I passed out on the couch. I was telling everybody that in the beginning if you missed it. Passed out on the couch after our road trip today and after a little bit of lunch and ran short on time. So I didn't count them all out. I just know that there's some, so we'll keep going until I sell out. I'll figure that all out when I do the spreadsheet tonight. Look at these. Look at these. This is the last strand of Czech glass for the night. QT25. Look at this metallic, beautiful gold metallic finish on these. And I think, were these 7x5? 7x5. Yep, 7x5. QT25. And this is a 3-inch strand. QT25. I love these. You know, if you've been following us, you know I've been working in gold a lot. Just adding, because I used to hate gold. I hated gold. hated gold so much. And now I've been working in gold more with gold stuff. And Daniela says, do you have an online store, William? Yes, allegorygallery.com. So if you just take the last part of that email, allegorygallery.com, we have lots. We have thousands and thousands of things. We have vintage. We do a lot of vintage things, vintage beads, but we also have beautiful gemstones and contemporary beads, lots of beautiful things, plus artwork. My pottery is there. Andrew's artwork is there. We have so much stuff, thousands of items in the online store. Allegorygallery.com. I probably have a banner I could put up with that too. There it is. Allegorygallery.com. QT25. Sold a few of those. Thank you so much. I thought we'd sell a lot more of those though. Those are really pretty. Wait till you see them in person. The last lot of tonight. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm also getting a slight headache. I think these lights in here are giving me a headache now today. These are these beautiful shell. I think these are abalone. They're 2-holed. And these, when they fit together really well to kind of make, if you want to make like stretchy bracelets out of them, they look really good lined up together. But I'm sure y'all can do amazing things with them. You get a lot of 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them for $2. 10 of them for $2. QT26. I love the sound they make. Suzanne says, buy with confidence. Thank you, Suzanne. Suzanne has been with us for quite a while, and we appreciate your support, and we're so glad we can make you happy with fun, beautiful beads. These are about 7.5 millimeters by 44.5, QT26. And that's the last lot of the evening. I'm going to flip the camera around here. Don't forget, Andrew's artwork is available now on our Facebook timeline. On his timeline, you can claim right there. And they are $75 each right now as an introductory price. And let me flip this around. This is always, there we go. Hello again, everybody. Hello again. Let me turn these bright lights off. Okay. Whew. So, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you liked that. Did you like that? It's something we can't do very often, especially with the prices of everything seemingly to be going up and up and up and up even more. But we were able to get a deal on these. And when we get a deal that's good enough that we can pass along a little something extra special to our live viewers, we try to do that because we appreciate you all. And like I said, these prices will go up at the end, well, at the start of tomorrow's show. So, yeah, please make sure you get your orders in by then. I don't want you to miss out on these prices, but we can't keep these prices for everybody. These are for our, our crew, our solid AG Beat fam out there. We might run these, like I said, through D-Stash at that price. Maybe we have a D-Stash group on Facebook, Andrew Thornton Project D-Stash, and we do sometimes run some of these things through there because they are our core group too, core AG Beat fam. So we might do that or offer it somehow there. But other than that, prices are going to go up. They're going to go into the physical store most likely because we need to boost up some of our offerings there, I think. So if you saw something you like, you may not see it in the online store later. It may go directly to the physical store. So grab it now if you're able to, and we appreciate that. Again, Andrew's artwork. If you missed any of these beauties, you can check out the timeline on Andrew Thornton's page, Andrew Thornton on Facebook, and you can grab them there. You can also get to that through our Facebook page. and just go there and take a look at them. I shared them from there. So we went over those today as well. If you missed that, you can do a rewatch and see those again. Thank you so much. Daniela says thank you. Sent several emails. LOL. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody who supports us. We are a very small business. It's just Andrew and me. We've been doing this for nearly 14 years, but you know, it's feast or famine in the bead business. We talk about this when we started our store. A number of people told us, well, one person especially told us the store will last as long as the owner has the energy, and that is exactly how it goes. Is what I feel like. Once the owner of a bead store doesn't have a lot of energy left, they close their bead store. We've still got the energy going, and that's because of you all. So thank you so much for all that you do to help us and keep us going. We really do appreciate it. Anna says that was fun. I appreciate being able to buy at about wholesale, but in smaller quantities than wholesale order requires, right? Says going to go see Andrew's paintings. Thank you so much. Daniela says you have precious stuff on your online store as well. Yeah, we've got lots of beautiful things there. Semi-precious gemstones. We've got tons of vintage goodies. We have amazing artwork and ornaments and enamel by Andrew. Pottery by me, if you want to see any of my pottery. I'll be listing some more pottery things soon. Lots of good stuff. So thank you for visiting our website. Anna says, we need you to survive. Thank you. We appreciate that. We need you to survive. So we do appreciate everything. We love you all. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great start to your week, and we will see you back here hopefully tomorrow. All right, everybody. We do this every weekday, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we look forward to hanging out with you all. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody. Bye now.